Hello, beautiful people. I am at Papa Do's waiting on everyone to arrive for our Letting Go Takes Love monthly luncheon. Today we'll be talking about stress management, and one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about who won't be able to make it, and even those who are here, so just so you can be reminded, a lot of times stress comes about because we just won't deal with certain things. And there are 5 reasons that most people struggle with stress. And one reason is they don't accept the reality of what is happening. And what I mean by that is simply they don't want to accept what's happening because they want it to be different. Instead of accepting that this is what's happening to me, I may not like it, but this is what's happening to me. This is the truth. An example of that is being in a relationship with someone, and suddenly that individual has decided after maybe even many years that they no longer want to be with you, and you're having problems accepting the reality that they no longer want to be with you, and then we start taking it a little personal too. But the thing is, when someone tells you their truth, you have to be able to accept that, even if it hurts. And pain and disappointment, that's part of being a human. You can't get away and get around having pain and disappointment in your life. When you come from spirit, though, what happens is you're able to regroup just a little bit faster. So I wanted to tell you that. So one of the reasons is, first reason is we don't accept the reality of the situation. The second is we stress out because we haven't set healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries is something that a lot of us have problems with. We think sometimes, especially, I'm not going to say that, I was going to say especially, I found in the South that they have problems saying no. And when you don't set boundaries and you don't let people know this is unacceptable in my life, then they'll continue to do what they do to you. You teach people how to treat you. So if you don't let them know that this is unacceptable, then they will continue to do it. But however, I'll say this, if they continue to do it after you told them, then there's a reason why you're stressed, because you haven't decided to let them go. I'm telling you, sometimes people, even the closest ones to you, you gotta love them from a distance because they won't accept your boundaries. And there's nothing wrong with saying, no, this is not acceptable. A lot of times, I have a friend, another example, she raises her daughter differently than her mother. But her mother wants to come in and say something about how she's doing it. And she's had to come to the point that, mother, if you don't stop doing this, I'm going to have to not allow you to be with my daughter, because you're sabotaging what I'm trying to accomplish. So respect what I've asked you to do. So the first one, again, is that we don't accept the reality of what's happened. The second thing is we don't accept, we don't set healthy boundaries. The third one is we're unable to forgive. Oh my goodness. Forgiveness is for you. It has nothing to do with the other person. And what we do is we don't really, forgiveness doesn't mean you forget. But what we do is we forgive people, give them what I've heard someone tell me is grace, and we let them continue to do the same thing over and over to us because we're forgiving them. No, forgiveness is for you to let go and learn the lesson of what is happening to you, and then move on. Sometimes you gotta move on. You gotta let people go if they're not going to be within your boundaries. You gotta set those healthy boundaries. Let them know this is unacceptable. And the fourth one is just being able to let it go. And once you forgive, you're gonna have to be able to let it go, to let it be what it is, to live in the truth of it. Not saying that you won't have pain and disappointment, because we all do. That is part of being human. You're going to have pain and disappointment. That comes with that territory. So what you have to do is learn how to just let it be what it is. That's how you let go of things, when you let it be what it is and just let it go, let it flow. And the last one is unable to execute a change or be consistent. Now, I struggle with this sometimes, as far as the consistency sometimes, but execute a change and be consistent with that change. So if you tell your mother that this is unacceptable, be ready to do what you said. And that's what happens a lot of times. We'll put the boundaries there, but then when they do it again, we'll say, well, maybe I'll do it next time. I can't do this. That's my mama. I can't do that. But if you set the boundary, if you're going to lie to yourself, you never lie to yourself. Don't ever lie to yourself. And we do it so often. Don't lie to yourself. If you say that this is how it has to be in my life, then make it so. Make the change and be consistent with it. And they will respect you for that. And if they don't, then maybe they don't need to be in your space. So again, the 5 reasons that people really stress out. The first one is not accepting the reality of the situation. The second one is not setting healthy boundaries. The third one is unable to forgive. The fourth one is you're not able to let it go. And the fifth is you're unable to execute the change and be consistent. And that's why I'm doing this Lunch and Learn, because we're going to talk about stress. We're going to talk about the individual stress that you're dealing with, and we're going to come up with a plan for what you. We're going to come up with a plan. Come up with a plan to execute what you want to do in your life to make the necessary changes so you can reduce the stress in your life. So I want to tell you guys, I am truly appreciative of anyone that's listening to this. If you decide that you want to contact me, you can most definitely reach me through the Facebook, instant message me, DM, whatever it is called these days. And I am here to help you. Also on my on my Facebook page, Donnie's Medicine for Your Heart, you can always book some time with me so we can talk through some things. I'm actually going to be offering for about a month free 60-minute times with me so we can talk about and work through. And I promise you, by the time you get off that call, you're going to have 3 actions, no less than 3 things that you're going to take action on. I will follow up with you. You will get a summary of the call, and you'll get another call with me, a 20-minute call. So I just wanted to get on and let you know that I'm so excited about what we're going to do today. So many blessings. I will talk to you guys later.